think I'm making this video more for me than for you. Ugh. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for the comments on my last video and saying how happy you are that Hank was found. Dude, I was a literal wreck. A wreck. I can't even begin to tell you how sad I was and then how relieved I was. It took me like a whole day of him just being here for me to like recover. I know you're thinking like, oh my god, you're so dramatic. But dude, he's my baby. He did get a nail ripped out on his adventures, but serves him right. Got him! Anyway, I want to jump into the video because I have been putting this video off for a while. Honestly, I think it's because of my own insecurities. I am nervous to tell people that I'm doing this because it's stigmatized. Lots of people have their own opinions about it. Anyway, I'm just gonna say it. Surprise! I am getting a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, or a VSG. It is a weight loss surgery, a bariatric surgery, and I'm getting it in 3 weeks, bitch! This has been a super long time coming. I have been seriously thinking about it and planning for it for a little over a year now. And it's finally happening. Everything fell into place. And what those things are, we are going to talk about today. So first thing I'm going to say is I'm not going to go into measurements or weigh-ins or anything in this video. This is more just informational, me explaining why I'm doing this, what it is, who it's with, all this sort of thing, the cost, that sort of deal. I kind of just want to get this one out of the way so that I can panic for an entire week and do the next video where we talk about actual weighs and measurements and pictures. But we'll do all that next week. First things first, why do I want to get this surgery? Well, obviously because I want to lose weight. No. It's a lot more complicated than that. I have a lot of strong feelings about weight loss, and it makes me uncomfortable to talk about because my weight has been my biggest insecurity my entire life from as little as I remember. It's one of the biggest things that's held me back in my life. It's one of the biggest things I've been judged for my entire life. So I get like emotional and anxious even just bringing it up. So I'll give you like a really quick history of me. I've been overweight my entire life from as little as I can remember. I have done diets, some very extreme and some very dangerous, especially in high school. I've paid for Weight Watchers. I think 2 other ones that I can't remember what they're called because they're not even around anymore. I tried to Google them, but I don't really remember. Wasted a lot of money. I've bought paleo cookbooks and keto diets, and I probably tried every single diet, crash diet. I've tried to lose weight for other reasons, that like for sports, because I'm lonely and like my worth is in my weight, right ladies? Things like that. I've had a really bad relationship with weight loss. Me with weight loss is just a hateful relationship. It just makes me feel worse about myself. I'll explain why. Weight loss for me has never been like just be healthier, and it's a slow process and like it takes time, which is all true. But for me, it's always been like either you can do it or you're an absolute failure. And then you couple that with depression, anxiety, and now ADHD. It's just a self-fulfilling prophecy of you suck, you don't deserve happiness, you're ugly, unlovable. You see what I'm saying? That's my relationship with weight loss. And when I say like my relationship with weight loss, it's not my relationship with food. I didn't understand my relationship with food until my diagnosis of ADHD because I didn't understand how my brain was working. I always thought that I overate, that I had a binge eating problem, and I was continually baffled by how do I keep gaining weight? Like, I eat relatively clean. I don't keep snacks in my house. My friends actually get mad at me because they'll come over and I have no snacks to offer them. So it's like, where is this weight coming from? I literally don't even know. It's so incredibly frustrating. And then I get diagnosed with ADHD. I'm taking the right medication that's really helping me. I am taking the right kind of therapy, which is really helpful. And I am kind of having almost like weekly epiphanies of, I did not know that I thought that way. I didn't know my brain worked that way. And I am realizing things about myself that I didn't even know. I have never really used food as a crutch. It's never been like, I'm sad, let me eat something. I've never had this like emotional connection with food where I thought I must have an emotional connection with food because look how giant I am. But alcohol, on the other hand, I have used it to deal with stress, to deal with sadness, to forget about things, and go and drink and party my worries away with my friends. I have used alcohol for that, and this surgery will help me not use alcohol anymore. Not that I'm addicted or anything and that I need help to not drink alcohol, but I'm just saying I can't use that as an out anymore. It's like one of those unhealthy coping mechanisms that I would use for like my stress and anxiety and my depression so that I could just get out of my own head and just like have fun and feel happy, just like a social anxiety sort of deal. And now this surgery, I physically can't do it. I can't use alcohol. I literally have to face all of those things the healthy way, which is a way that everyone should. That's what I did. And that's not good. But it wasn't until I started taking this medication that I realized like I use food to concentrate. Ever since I could remember, if I was studying for a test, I would have to snack while studying because by my hands doing something, I'm eating and tasting something, I'm doing something, so it helped me focus on the studying. And that's carried on right into adulthood. If I need to sit down and do almost anything, I need to have a snack in order to do it. I didn't even realize that I was doing that at all. Like at all. It's a weird thing and it's hard to explain, but I realized that I was using food as a tool and a coping mechanism for my ADHD. And now on medication, I don't do it. I also noticed that if I'm doing something else while eating, and that includes like watching TV or on the computer, or like if I'm doing something else while eating, I just inhale it. And I'm not saying that that's from ADHD. I'm saying like the army taught me how to eat fast. And when I'm not paying attention to my food, I just inhale it because I'm concentrating on something else. And I'll realize like, man, I'm still kind of hungry, and I'll get a second helping. And then it all kind of hits me at once and I'm uncomfortably full. And all of this is like decent food. Like I don't eat that badly. I know what you're thinking. You see like Popeyes and a bubble tea in the background. Don't worry, I have an explanation for that.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna lose weight, and it's like, oh, here's some pop.
I have a reason. Well, I have 1 week left of eating normal food. So I am kind of having like a little food funerals and having some food that I know that I will just stop eating, hopefully. Or foods that I can't eat for a while. So that's what those are there for. I'll talk more about it in my next video. Do I go out to eat? Yes. Do I drink a lot of alcohol? I did. Yeah. But I've never really understood that part. But all of this comes to why I wanted to get the surgery. I was diagnosed with ADHD in November of 2020. The medication is helping me exponentially. I have never felt more in control of my emotions, of my life. I feel that I am doing bounds better in regard to the grand scheme of life. You know, when it comes to my depression and my anxiety, because I have a control over my ADHD, the therapy that is needed to help those two things is actually helping for the first time in almost 7 years since I started therapy. And I'm putting so much energy into learning to cope with my ADHD, coming to the root problems with my depression, controlling my anxiety. I'm putting so much of my energy into that. When I thought about adding on weight loss and then that relationship with weight loss, and then to think that I have to take away concentration that I have for my mental health to focus on weight loss, it feels like impending doom. Now, would weight loss be easier because I understand my relationship with food and my ADHD is controlled? Maybe. But I feel like I've put myself so far into unhealthy that I'm kind of overwhelmed over here. I'm just doing so much better with my mental health and I have a good grasp on it that adding on that weight loss chunk might make me unable to concentrate, and then I lose the progress that I've made with the ADHD, the depression, the anxiety, that sort of thing. And that is terrifying. And to anyone that's like thinking of getting this surgery done, this surgery is not a quick fix. This surgery is not a get skinny right now. This is not a miracle surgery. It's not. The surgery is a tool, and it's something you have to learn to use. At least that's the way that my surgeon described it, and that's the way I want to go into the surgery with that mindset. My goal is to focus on my mental health, to understand how my brain works, to build a solid foundation of where I feel confident in myself and in my control over myself. The weight loss is just going to happen because you have that tool, and then by having a good mental health and a good attitude, and you're losing weight and seeing the progress, they should help each other out. And of course, I can't do this on my own. I'm not some miracle person with the willpower of a god, and I'm not some naive person that just thinks that, oh, I'm gonna lose weight and I'm gonna see it and like that's the way that's gonna be and that's gonna be amazing. No, that's not how this will work. I literally have a team of people to help me do this. One, I have my surgeon. He is talking to me about realistic expectations, which is something because of my ADHD I have to learn. I also have a nutritionist and a dietitian that kind of comes with the whole package. I also have like a team lead person that helps me through this whole journey. But more importantly, I have my therapist. I don't think that I could do this or feel confident in myself to do this without having a therapist. I need someone to keep me truly accountable, not just for the weight loss and like the food and stuff, but also for the mental health part of it, because my accountability doesn't just come from the doctors, nutritionists. That of course is important, of course, but I need my therapist to help me stay accountable for my train of thought, because like I've already said in this video, my relationship with weight loss is really bad. My mentality when it comes around weight loss and the normal things that happen with weight loss, weight gain, plateauing, all that, it's super negative. I don't think anyone who can get to morbidly obese has a good mentality when it comes to either weight loss or food or both. And if you're watching this video to get a recommendation, or if you're thinking about getting a bariatric surgery, this is a huge and vital component of it. And I think therapy is just healthy for people in general, let alone someone who is embarking on a life-changing journey like this. So therapy is very important, in my opinion. And I know I might be like over explaining like why I'm getting it done, and it's just because I have insecurities about it. Not that I am insecure about getting the surgery, but insecurities about why I would need to get the surgery, and that in general I need the surgery. You know, I don't think I'm making the wrong decision. I am super educated in what the surgery is and what the surgery entails. It's not that I'm not ready for the surgery. It's literally just because it's a weight loss surgery. And the fact that I am so obese that I need a surgery to help me control it is embarrassing. It's shameful. It's uncomfortable. And this is in my own head, but the fact that I feel like a failure and a giant piece of dog shit for getting myself to this place. I'm not saying that everybody that gets this surgery feels that way, but this is just my story and this is my truth. Okay, now that I've rambled on, make myself feel better, and explaining to you over and over again why I feel I need this surgery. Not that I should explain myself to you. I shouldn't need to. I shouldn't feel that need to, but I do. Because this is my body. I'm the boss of it. I can do what I want. I'm paying for it. It's my decision and I'm doing it and I feel good about doing it. I don't know why I keep having to explain it to people, but I do. So I did it. Now we're going to talk more about what the surgery is, kind of how you qualify for it, why I'm paying for it, and just kind of breaking down the cost, where I'm going, and who my doctor is, that sort of deal. So the surgery is called VSG, or vertical sleeve gastrectomy. What they do is they basically go into your abdomen laparoscopically. They pump some gas in there to blow it up so they can see everything. Basically what they do is they cut away 2/3 of your stomach and leave you with this little tube of a stomach. Obviously, doing that will help decrease the amount of food that you can eat. Therefore, you lose weight. That's what it is. Now, in Canada, we have universal healthcare. This surgery for me would be covered under provincial healthcare. I'm in the military, so I actually have federal healthcare, but either way, it would have been covered. Now, to qualify for a VSG or any kind of bariatric surgery, you need to fall within specific parameters. So you need to have a BMI between 40 and 70. If you don't know what BMI is, they take your weight and your height, and it gives you this number, and this number puts you into categories, which will tell the healthcare team kind of your risk factors for your health in general based on mostly your weight. For the record, I don't agree with a BMI for very muscular people. It doesn't take into account a lot of things. It's not the best tool, but if you know that you are not some high-end elite athlete that has 100 pounds of muscle, then when it tells you you're morbidly obese, you're morbidly obese. So a BMI of between 40 and 70 is considered morbidly obese at 40, and then severely morbidly obese the further you go on that scale. You can have a BMI, at least in Saskatchewan, you can have a BMI between 35 and 40 if you have comorbidities. And what I mean by that is you have excessive weight, which is the problem, but you have comorbidities, which is sleep apnea, heart problems, high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, all these, like a whole list of things. And if you have one or more of these comorbidities, you do qualify for bariatric surgery between the BMIs of 35 and 40. You also need to have a history of weight loss attempts that didn't work for you. You also need to be a non-smoker. And by non-smoker, I mean like you have to quit in order to qualify for the surgery. And if you don't, you're just going to be put on a wait list and wait and wait and wait and wait until you do quit. Because this is not just a weight loss surgery and I'm going to be skinny. No, it's like a lifestyle change. And you have to be committed to that. And if you want the government to pay for it, you're going to have to show more commitment than, like, I'll show up. And not use substances. That includes marijuana in Canada. BT dubs. So for me specifically, my BMI is 40.1. So I literally just make the cut. And by that, I mean I have no comorbidities. I have no health problems that relate to my weight. I also don't smoke. I don't use substances on the regular. I also, as we've talked about, have tried to lose weight countless times throughout my entire life. So anyway, I do meet the parameters to get this surgery. But the reason I'm paying for it and not getting the province to pay for it is because the wait list for these surgeries in Canada is very, very, very long. In Saskatchewan, because that's where I live, that's the only one that I could qualify for, it's between 2 and 5 years. Now, if I were patient, which I'm not, I would not pay for this surgery because it is expensive, bitch. However, I am in a place now where I feel ready. I have support. I have a lifestyle that would let me recover and do this whole surgery. So the best time for me is now. So what I did to start looking into this is I just basically Googled elective bariatric surgery in Canada. The one that kept popping up the most was called SmartShape Weight Loss Centre. I found it very difficult to find elective clinics because normal clinics don't do this electively. Plus, being in Saskatchewan, there is only one place that does them, and that's in Regina. It's through the province. It's not elective. They don't even have elective places in BC or Alberta, so this SmartShape is only in Toronto or Montreal. So what you do is you kind of watch these videos about what the surgeries are. They introduce you to some of the doctors, that sort of thing. The reviews I saw on it were really good. That's why I chose to go with them. Plus, they give you a free consultation with a surgeon before you book anything, so you can talk to them about what it is and what it does, and together you guys choose the right surgery for you. My doctor is Dr. Chris Cobourn. I haven't met him in person. I've just talked to him over the phone. He seems very nice. They do about 15 surgeries a week, which is like 3 a day. Not all VSGs, but just bariatric surgery in general. So they're very, very experienced. Plus, with their program, you get 5 years of follow-up care, which I think is really important. And that includes your team lead person, your nurse, the surgeon, a dietitian, and a nutritionist for 5 years. That's pretty dope. But because of that, and the fact that SmartShape is accredited by the Bariatric Center of Excellence, the price, bitch. It's hefty. So a VSG surgery, I don't know what the other ones cost. I didn't ask, but I'm pretty sure you can look it up on their website. I'm just not going to because it's irrelevant to me. But the VSG surgery costs 19,500 Canadian dollars. And that does not include flights, hotel, the shakes. It's an investment in yourself. That's what I have to keep telling myself. But it's worth the money if it's going to help me live the life that I wish I could be living. So as it is, like right now at this moment, I have paid for the surgery, I have booked the hotels and the flights, and I've gotten the shakes. So everything is a go. The breakdown of it is I fly to Toronto on the 5th of April. I have the surgery on the 6th, 7, 8 recovery, fly home on the 9th. And then I have 14 days of sick leave from work to recuperate. And you heard me right, of April. It's 3 weeks away. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I've never had surgery before. But yeah, that is my news. It is very exciting. Next week's video is going to be really hard for me to do because taking pictures of myself, I hate. Showing you guys the truth, hate. Telling you guys a number, hate. And you know what's weird is that I have never been concerned about how much I weigh, as in like pounds. And I guess I should say this too, that my goals are not measured on the scale, and they never have been. By that I mean, to me, what is important is my ability to do things that I enjoy, or to be able to qualify or to do things that I really want to do, like play sports and go to the gym and participate in activities that I enjoy while feeling comfortable, while feeling confident. And right now, I do not. One of my favorite things in the world is playing basketball. If I could sign up for something where I have basketball practice every single day, I would. That's how much I love it. I've been playing basketball since I was 6 years old. It's been 23 years of me playing basketball. That's my entire life. It's one of the things that have always brought me joy. Now, I've always been a big player, but it hasn't been until the last like 4 years that while playing, I'm noticing things that I've never had before and restrictions that I've never had playing before. And it is all due to how big I am. And in the military, we get lots of opportunities to play sports, to play elite sports, to which I busted my ass to do. And I got the opportunity to do it. It just was so uncomfortable, so much more uncomfortable than it should be for how long I've played. And it has nothing to do with my skill level, even though like I should practice dribbling. But it was all because of my weight. My success with weight loss cannot be the number, because that just throws me into a tailspin, and we've already talked about that whole mindset. But it has to be measured in my ability to do things, because that's the only thing that's important to me. I want to be able to play basketball without feeling it for days after. I want to go to the gym and do CrossFit stuff without doing a clean and it catching on my belly. That's embarrassing. I also want to jump out of a plane, and I want to bungee jump, and I want to fly in a fighter jet, and none of those things I can do with this weight. And I did this to me, so I'm gonna fix it. That is it for this video. This is my path. This is what I'm doing, and I'm gonna take you with me and kind of show you everything, all the little things, all the ups, all the downs. We're gonna do this together, because not only will this be weight loss, but this will also be self-acceptance, learning what self-love and self-care look like, because I don't know her. Because I don't think that anyone who lets themselves get to this point can do one without doing the other. It won't be sustainable, it won't be maintainable. Sorry that this video is gonna come out really late. I was putting it off for a long time just because of my own feelings, like I've said, but I apologize for that. But guys, that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, leave a comment if you've had this surgery done, if you've even just lost a lot of weight on your own. People that have the willpower, the mental power to do that, kudos. I hope to be like you one day. But let me know in the comments section. Hopefully I get better at Instagram and can post real life, real time updates on there. So make sure you go follow me at Miranda Honey on my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, because the journey will be there too. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Chunk! Come here, Hanky! I'm gonna go get him. Look at his little face. I just want to hold him like this all the time. Like, don't leave me! Anyway, we're leaving. Yes, the video's over. Hank's like, dude, I'm fucking sleeping, but... Anyway, sorry. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye! Come here. Come here and love your mother. Come here, sweet little girl. Yeah. Come here. Get in here. Get in here. Chonk.